I've actually drafted my border lines, and for the border lines there's no constant to this. You can make it big or you can make it small. The essence of this border line is just to ensure that your work is on a straight line. So quickly, since I've drawn my border line, I'm just going to mark out my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which actually gives me 8. Now I'll be using this my divided shoulder measurement to mark out my armhole depth. So I'll just mark out 8 down here like this. So that I can get a straight line, I'll come down here and mark out 8 as well, so that I'll know where I'll connect this point to. So now just take my rule and I'll connect these lines together. And I'll stop here and connect it like so. Now for me to know where my armhole curve would stop, I'll measure my bust measurement divided by 4, which gives me 9.5. Since I'm making a free top, I'm using 10 for my bust measurement. So now I'll not be adding my sewing allowance yet, because this is where my V armhole stop. So now I'll just go up from here by 0.75 here. Now I'll get the midpoint of my armhole, which is the center of my armhole. The midpoint here is 8. I'm going to go in by 0.25. So now I'll take my straight rule and I'll connect from the shoulder down to the midpoint with a straight line. Then getting to this point, now I'm going to make a curve using a dotted line to create my armhole curve, just like this. Now while you make this curve, you ensure that it touches this your 0.75 line, and you ensure that it stops at where your intended bust measurement is. So just in case you intend adding sewing allowance, this is your armhole depth line. You can increase it straight up like that.